The crown lies broken on the ground tonight. A ghostly whisper fills the cold moonlight. Once proud halls now echo with despair. The throne sits empty, no king sits there. Mountains crumble where heroes once stood. The rivers run with tears, not with blood. Shattered dreams in the ruins we tread. A kingdom forgotten, its glory fled. Oh, the shattered kingdom falls apart. Lies a broken heart in the dark. A thousand voices scream in vain. Will we ever rise again? Oh, the shattered kingdom falls apart. Lies a broken heart in the dark. A thousand voices scream in vain. Will we ever rise again? Shadows hunt where the sunlight should play. The loyal scattered, they've lost their way. Legends fade like smoke in the air. Hope feels lost, but I swear it's still there. From the ashes, a spark could ignite. A whispered promise to rewrite the night. Though the kingdom lies torn and betrayed, there's a fire that can never be swayed. Oh, the shattered kingdom falls apart. Lies a broken heart in the dark. A thousand voices scream in vain. Will we ever rise again? From the ashes, a spark could ignite. A whispered promise to rewrite the night. Though the kingdom lies torn and betrayed, there's a fire that can never be swayed. Oh, the shattered kingdom falls apart. Lies a broken heart in the dark. A thousand voices scream in vain. Will we ever?
Yo, welcome you guys. Welcome to the Shattered Kingdom. I am your gracious host, King Havoc Warlord, and today is laid back show stream. Let me do something really quick. So, I need to get my virtual background. We're going to talk about a little bit of wrestling today. So let's see. So we're going to be going over the results to Survivor Series War Games. I think that's what we should be doing. So let me go ahead and get some stuff. So let me share screen. All right, Survivor Series War Games. Yeah, scroll down to the. The winners of the women's War Games match is the Eradicator Rhea Ripley, the Genius of the Sky Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, and Queen Charlotte Flair and AJ are the winners of the match. WWE Intercontinental Championship match, 17-time world champion John Cena versus the Judgment Day's AAA Mega Champion Dirty Dominic Mysterio. The match starts off with Flair and Asuka. I'm not going to read that. That's too much. That's going to bore you guys. The winner and the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. He is now a two-time Intercontinental Champion and AAA Mega Champion. He beat John Cena with the help of Liv Morgan, which she was playing like she was going to turn on Dom. She slapped him in the face. She slapped him in the face. Then she jumped on Cena, straddled him, and smiled, made big eyes, got off of him, low blowed him. After he got a low blow, Dominic Mysterio did a 619 on him. She hit him with the belt. Dominic Mysterio did the splash. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio. I don't know how you guys feel about it. WWE only puts the belt on certain people if they want future World Championship implications in the future for them. So needless to say, Dom is probably one of the future of this company. He's probably the future of this company. Probably sometime in the future, we'll get a World Championship match. He'll probably either get a World Championship match through a Royal Rumble or a Money in the Bank ladder match or something like that along those lines. Well, long after Cena's gone, WWE has bigger and better things planned for Dominic Mysterio. So, I say he's the future of the company. In history, WWE's put the Intercontinental Championship on superstars. Then when they lose it, they become world champion, like Gunther, like the list of champions. There's only been a few that's been Intercontinental Champion that hasn't gone on to be future world champion. But needless to say, he's probably the future of the company. Just like Big Bronson Reed, just like a few to name. But that's your winner. WWE Women's World Championship match. Stephanie Van Kier versus WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella. Van Kier goes to the apron, follows Nikki, and hits her with a forearm. Van Kier then hits Nikki, then blocks the kick to the apron, then goes for the powerbomb. But Van Kier holds onto the rope and hits her with springboard knee drop on the apron. Van Kier then puts Nikki on the table, and then she goes for the Devil's Kiss on the table, which is, if you guys don't know what the Devil's Kiss is, she'll put the head in between the legs and lock it, then put her butt in there, and boom, boom, boom. That's what she did. They then return to the ring. Nikki slaps Vancouver. Vancouver then slaps back. Vancouver hits a belly to back suplex. She hits another Devil's Kiss. Then goes up for the twisted moonsault for the win. And here's your winner. Still your WWE Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vancouver, at WWE Survivor Series. Men's War Game match. The WWE World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk, the best in the world, undisputed WWE Champion, American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The Usos main event, Jey Uso and Big Jimmy Uso, and the OTC. Put your fingers in the air and acknowledge him. Acknowledge Roman Reigns versus the Vision, which is unpredictable badass Braun Breaker, and the Tribal Thief, Big Bronson Reed, the Maverick Logan Paul, the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre, and the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. All right, so I'll go down here and I'll read the last part of it. Roman hits a spear on Logan, then takes the spear, then takes the brass knuckles off of Logan Paul's hand. He sends Reed on the turnbuckle. He sends Reed into the turnbuckle, on the following up with a loaded Superman punch. Reed on both Bronson Reed and Drew McIntyre. Bronson Reed then slaps, then takes the straps down. Bronson Reed avoids the Superman punch, but not the spear. Jey then picks up Brock, and Brock gets up. Jey and Roman both hit the spear through the table. Braun then spears Jimmy, while Cody punches Drew and hits Drew with a low blow. Braun then hits a spear on Jey. Braun then hits a spear on Cody. Braun then misses a spear. When Punk moves, Logan then pulls Braun off Punk's shoulders. Punk then hits a GTS on Logan Paul for a near fall. Somehow then climbs the cage and jumps into the ring. Someone then climbs the cage, jumps into the ring. Then Punk looks confused. The person then kicks Punk and hits him with the curb stomp. The person then climbs over the cage and escapes. Braun Breaker then looks confused, then straps up and comes down. Braun then hits a spear on Punk and wins the match. Your winner of the Men's War Game match, Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Now, the thing about this is the person that hit basically what's up you guys? Yep, I'm doing okay, you guys. Thanks for coming here and showing support. So the thing with this match, you guys, is the person that came in the ring, rumored to be Austin Theory, which Austin Theory was spotted in backstage at WWE Survivor Series. And so it could be Bronson Reed. There is no way Seth Rollins, because the Vision betrayed him. So it's most likely either Becky Lynch, it's either Becky Lynch or it's Austin Theory. I think it's those two. After the match, the heels celebrate, go back to the baby faces. Then in the ring, Roman Reigns looks disgusted. Roman then looks at Punk and helps him up. Punk then wants a fist bump from Reigns, returns the fist bump. Roman then looks at Cody and does not help him up. Roman then says something and nods at Punk and then says something to Cody. And Roman walks away from Cody, then tells Cody this is the last time that they team together. And then the show comes to a close. So basically, these guys will not be teaming together no more. Well, basically won't be teaming together no more. If you guys want to know, if you guys like my content and you want to go chat, you can leave a comment down in the bottom, and we'll be on to the next subject. Yeah, so let's do the WWE stuff. Gonna be doing a couple highlights. Chris Jericho allegedly offered WWE retirement storyline as AEW contract nears to the end. Chris Jericho's AEW contract is up in 2020, the end of 2025. No surprise there. The WWE isn't sitting on the sidelines. According to a report, the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE has already made a move offering Jericho a retirement storyline. If he chooses to return while nothing is confirmed, the idea reportedly is on the table if Jericho decides to re-sign with AEW, Dave Meltzer wrote. Let's see what the chat is saying. Jericho's decision and hints are in the WWE's direction. I know that WWE has offered him a retirement storyline, and those in the WWE have said that WWE they'll be interested in others. Expect him to be there early next year, but nothing is confirmed. It's worth nothing. Meltzer reported often leans on speculation, and no official statement has been made by Jericho or WWE. Tony Khan, however, made his stance very clear during a recent interview with Adams Apple, saying he hopes Jericho finishes a career in AEW. Of course you do, Tony Khan. But let's be honest, you guys. If you're a megastar like Jericho, you've done everything in his business, you won everything in his business. So much like the Hardy Boys, you wanna basically you want to end your career in where you started off. What's up, Wild Mustang? I have Absolutely. I've loved having Chris Jericho here. Tony Khan states, I love Chris in the AEW and outside of the ring. I would love for Chris's final matches. Eventually, whatever Chris someday would wanted to hang up were in AEW. For Jericho, it hasn't been made public decision of what comes next, but the WWE is reportedly interested, and the door may be open. Would you would you guys like to see Chris Jericho close out his career in the WWE or AEW? Drop the thoughts down in the comment below, and we're on to the next subject. Let's do it. Let's do an AEW storyline. Ooh, now this is a little juicy. AEW plasters billboard outside WWE Survivor Series venue in bold promotion move. AEW didn't just roll out a regular ad this week. They went for the throat with WWE. Survivor Series is going down at Petco Park, which happened yesterday in San Diego. Somehow, someone clearly had an idea to stir the pot. A fan posted a photo on Twitch showing a giant AEW Dynamite billboard plastered right outside the stadium, and timing couldn't be more pointed. The ad features Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, Mercedes Moné, Adam Page, Chris Statlander, and Tony Storm. Some of the AEW's most recognizable names looming over the exact location at WWE is drawn over 41,000 fans for its premium live event on November 29th, which was yesterday. This wasn't random. AEW knew Survivor Series weekend would bring thousands of wrestling fans into the city. Placing the billboard in plain sight was a calculated move, and whether to call it brilliance, marketing, or a direct shot at the WWE, the message is loud and clear. AEW isn't backing down. And thanks to one of the fans stepping up and snapping a photo and uploaded it to the internet, picking on the billboard right before. So, you guys, this is the AEW billboard that they plastered outside of Survivor Series yesterday, right outside of the stadium. If you see, most of these are former. These two right here are former WWE superstars, which was Dean Ambrose, which is Jon Moxley, Mercedes Moné, which is Sasha Banks. This is AEW star, that's AEW star, and that's AEW star. Wow. If you guys want to chat down in the comment about it, and leave me a chat. I'll try to address it the best I can. And we're on to our next subject. Andrade Cien Elmas. Andrade. WWE might let go of Andrade. Might let Andrade go early from 1 year non-compete clause. Andrade might be lounging in the sun and not thinking about that. But WWE reported isn't letting him off the hook so easily. Just so you guys know, when you leave a promotion and you go somewhere else, you have 90-day non-compete clause. So, and where that means you can't go work for any promotion, and it secures it so that both sides can have an even playing field, basically. Just when the fans thought that they had the full story, exploded update from Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter flips Andrade's claim narrative on its head. According to Meltzer, the idea of Andrade left WWE on good terms is completely divorced from the WWE. WWE's internal version of the event. WWE insiders are telling a very different and far from more damning story about why the former champion was let go and what they legally entitled to do next. The idea that ended up in WWE best terms and complete opposite in how WWE described it as possible. The report claims that Andrade was fired for disciplinary reasons for multiple failed drug tests. I'm not saying that, just so you guys know. Don't sue me about it. I'm just reading the story. But this is what it says. WWE allegedly used that to avoid paying him any severance while still enforcing the 12-month worldwide non-complete clause. See, so normally it's a 90-day. He had a 12-month. They claim multiple drug test failures. He was failed, and because he was fired from disciplinary reasons, they felt that they didn't have to pay the usual 90-day severance and still hold him at a non-compete clause for a year worldwide. That's that's a far cry from Andrade's version of the events, where he said he left the WWE with mutual respect. He got caught off guard by the clause. His lawyer overlooked in an early interview with I don't know what this is, what this name is. I'm not even going to try to to read this or read that or anything. The contract I signed, the lawyer did not realize a clause of 12 months without competing. The first, I didn't have a clause. I couldn't fight leaving WWE. Then the clause came when they saw me on AEW, debut in AEW. He also claimed that the personal issues including his divorce from Charlotte Flair and short legal representation, left him vulnerable to a contract pitfall. Now Andrade says he's just waiting for the WWE to sign off on the shortened clause he shared. my lawyer, Andrade says, my lawyers are already talking to the WWE lawyers. They have reached good arrangement. I think I have a date and my lawyer too, but it remains for the WWE to officially sign it. But the WWE reported feeling justified in their right to not only terminate him without pay, but also lock him out of wrestling worldwide for a year. The deal may not be close to final, as Andrade thinks. Still, Meltzer did often glimmer of hope. WWE may not hold him to the full 1 year, meaning that negotiations are very much ongoing behind the scenes. For now, Andrade is still patiently focused on still focusing on the bench, training and dodging drama, but this saga may be far from over, and it's clearly both sided and playing by very different scripts. What do you think? Do you believe Andrade's version of the events, or is the WWE side more convincing? Should fired wrestlers still be held non-complete clause, or drop your thoughts in the comment? We would like to hear from you. On to the next subject, you guys. What do you guys think about it? I mean, what do you think about somebody not competing for a certain amount of time and basically taking and just waiting and
Jason Clemens or Jason Clemens.
Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. Let me know what you guys think about it. I mean, I think business wise, I think order to be safe for both sides of the playing field, I think that WWE is trying to ensure their side and ensure business, as well as Andrade's trying to have the same, trying to force the same amount of business in it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and we will get on to the next story. AAA results, highlights and key moments from November 28th, 2025. Let's see. AAA's Cruiserweight Champion #1 contender match, triple threat match, Jack Cartwheel versus Elo versus Chris Carter. All of the three men went back to the ring. Cartwheel and LaFleur then exchanged forearms, chops. Cartwheel then takes control and hits Cartwheel into a moonsault off the ropes, and then he hits slingshot hanging splash over Carter for the 2 count. Cartwheel then goes to the top, but LaFleur attacks him and hits him with a dragon suplex. He then goes for the cover cartwheel, but Carter breaks up the count. Cartwheel then hits him with a stand-in Spanish fly on LaFleur, and following up with the moonsault on the top rope. 1, 2, 3, Carter for the win. He is now the #1 contender for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. If you guys don't know what AAA is, it's a branch of wrestling that WWE has acquired. Well, I don't know if they acquired it or not, but they're in partnership. Tag team match, Los Toxins, Lady Flammer, and LA Hydrix versus Febe and Lola Vice. The match starts off with Lola Vice and LA Hendrick, and Vice is in control. Then Vice is off and work on her Apache, and then goes for the tag. She battles, and then she gets backside for the 2 count. Vice then tags back in, but then she is hit with a big forearm. She then hits some kick and takedown. Flammer then enters the ring, but she hits her with a flurry of kicks, as well as Vice then hits her with a couple of hip attacks. Vice then hits her with a suplex. Vice is then sent into the turnbuckles, where she is worked over and sent into the ring post. Appalach then enters the ring, and all four sides battle, then hits her with a dive. Is then hit with a double stomp, covering for the two. Hydrex, then Apache goes for a rolling pin before turning it up into a submission. Vice then prevents interference from Hydrex and then attacks Lady Martivella. Then he gets a distraction, rolls her up for the win. 1, 2, 3. Your winner of the tag team match is Los Toxicas. Six-man tag team match. La Parca, Mr. Iguana, Ed Nino, Hamburgers versus Galeno, Del Marla, and the LWO, Cruz del Toro, and Jacqueline Wild. The match starts off to where Galeno and La Parca gets the control early in the corner of some flurries of offense. Galeno then he tries to escape a charge in another. Parca then distances himself from Galeno and nails Parca and dragging him over to the LWO's corner. Then double tag to Iguana and Hamburgers, and then gets involved and sent to the floor with drop kicks. While then leaps off his partner's backs, hits him with springboard dive into the asile. Back in the ring, Wild works over La Parca with a submission. Parca then breaks free and tags Hamburgers, who clears the house and hits the LWO with an avalanche in the corner. He then nails Galeno and knocks him backwards into his partner. He then hits a cannonball on the 3 in the corner. Mr. Iguana then tags in but sent to the floor with a dive and by Del Toro. Galeno and Parca then battle in the ring. Parca then walks to the ropes and hits a springboard moonsault to the floor. Hamburgers. These names, don't hold it against me, you guys. These names, I might be butchering them. Then he hits a cannonball dive through the ropes. Mr. Iguana and Del Toro then battle in the ring. Del Toro then knocks him into the ropes, but then misses a twisted splash. Iguana, but then hits him with a twisted bulldog for the win. 1, 2, 3. And here's your winner of the six-man tag team match: La Parca, Mr. Iguana, and Nero Hamburgers. Singles match: Alhajo defeats Vikingo and El Grande Americano. Single match starts off a long stare between the two, both of the men. Americano then sends Vikingo to the mat, walks over his leg. Americano then crunches in some and holds, keeps Vikingo on the mat. On the defense, Vikingo then he reverses a test of strength. Americano then keeps Vikingo on the mat for a long time, and then they exchange moves. Americano then misses an elbow, allowing Vikingo and hit a drop kick, but both men are battling to the apron outside, where Americano is caught in the ropes, but he comes back to knock a Vikingo to the floor, but then teases a dive, but then he goes to the floor instead of sending Vikingo into the barricade. instead and sends Viking Co into the barricade. Americano then measures Viking Co and then he chops him hard. Americano then slams Viking Co's head into announcer's desk and then sends him into the ring. He then hits Viking Co with a kick in the gut. Americano then hits a standing suplex for a 2 count. Viking Co comes off the top rope with Mr. Dropkick. Viking Co then works over Americano in the corner. Americano then battles Viking Co and hits the Canadian Destroyer. Then he teases that Americano is hurt and then is not able to continue. Viking Co then sends him over and kicks him as Americano holds his neck. He then sends Americano in the head with a kick. Viking Co comes off the top rope splash, but Americano kicks out. Viking Co then sends him to the floor with a standard drop kick. Then he comes off the apron with the stomp to the floor. Viking Co then sends Americano into the ring post. Viking Co then traps Americano's arm and rips at the mask as he officially demolishes him. He then sends him back into the ring, and Viking Co then hits him with a 630 splash off the top rope. Americano kicks out at the last second. Big pop for the crowd. Viking Co then puts him in a guillotine choke and then drops him to the mat. They then tease that Americano was going to go out. Americano then comes back and hits him with a suplex. Americano then hits him with a series of hands. Americano then hits him with a series of chops in the corner and running lariat. Let's see what the chat's saying. Americano then hits the Kryptonite Crunch by Viking Co. Kicks out at the last second. Americano then accidentally knocks the referee to the floor. Viking Co. then tries to attack him, but Viking Co. traps him in a submission. Viking Co. then traps, but there is no referee. Viking Co. then hits Americano with a horn mask, but with his horn mask he wears in the ring, but Americano kicks out at the last second. Viking Co. then goes to unmask him, but Americano, it says, other than Americanos, made their way out and distracted Viking Co. or the referee. While the other hands, Americano, and a foreign object he then puts in his mask, hits him with a leap and headbutt. Viking Co. for the win. Here's your winner, El Grande Americano. After the match, Dragon Lee makes his way down to the ring and then brawls with Viking Co. as the security tries to break him up. Rey Mysterio then makes his way out. Mysterio then cuts a promo set up for a singles match on December 20th. Viking Co. then hits Lee with a cheap shot and leaves him in the ring, but Rey Mysterio sends him back and Lee lays Viking Co. out and then tosses him out of the ring as the show comes to a close. So what do you guys think of the AAA? What do you guys think of the AAA of this match type right here? Put your comments down in the comment, and we're on to the next. We're on to the next subject. Let's see where I'm at for timing. I'm probably going to do 3 or 4 more stories, and we're going to wrap up the show. All right. Let's see. What do we want to do? Do we want WWE, AEW? Let's throw a wild card in there. Mr. Anderson, Mr. Kennedy, however you want to, whatever you want to call him, Mitch Teenage future is up in the air after a surprising return. Mr. Anderson, Mr. Kennedy made a shocking return to TNA during the television taping in Minneapolis, Minnesota early this year, and now to address his future with the company while speaking to Championship Sports blog. Mr. Kennedy was asked about his 2025 return with TNA and whether it was one-time appearance or something he might continue. Mr. Kennedy explained that he would love to go back and felt the return went well and well he received. However, he admitted that the whole situation is kind of up in the air right now. Mr. Kennedy says, no, it's definitely something I'd love to do again. I feel like I was well received. It went well, so we'll see. It's kind of up in the air right now, is what he said. During the tape-in, during Kennedy's TNA return, he had a segment with Frankie Kazarian that ended up main eventing the show, teaming with Steve Muslin to defeat Kazarian and Jake something. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. His name is actually Jake something. With TNA bringing back surprise stars, keeping Mr. Kennedy around longer would make a lot of sense. His return would be nostalgic for older fans while still helping the roster today. Kennedy wants to come back. The crowd loved it. And now it's just up to TNA to decide if they make it happen or eventually. Wow. It would definitely be cool to see Mr. Kennedy come back, though. Full time, I feel like he had a good run in the Aces and Eights. He had a good run with TNA. Let's do some WWE. After this, we got 3 more stories, and I'm going to close out the show because we're at almost an hour. Nikki Bella addresses her future after WWE Survivor Series lost to Stephanie Van Kier. Let's see how long it is. All right. Nikki Bella may have come up short at the WWE Survivor Series War Games, but she's not backing down. She already is looking ahead. She's already looking ahead after failing to Stephanie in a hard-fought match, battling for the Women's World Championship at Petco City. Nikki addressed her loss in the backstage. Posted to WWE officials' Instagram, still feeling the sting of defeat. The Hall of Famer didn't sugarcoat it, but she made one thing clear. This is not the end of her comeback story. And she quotes, and she says, and I quote, "Of course, you want to comment. You know what happened out there? I lost. But let me tell you something. This isn't the last time. This isn't the last of Nikki Bella. You got that? It's not the last. It was a heated match filled of betrayal. Bella, she turned on Vancouver weeks prior, attacking her after a title defense and demanding a championship shot. That tension exploded in San Diego. The irony, Nikki's hometown, where she walked into enemy territory, despite the zip code. Despite the Manson on early. I don't know that word, you guys. I'm sorry. Bella lost her control. Banker took her to the outside and hit her with a devastating devil's kiss on the announcement table, following her alongside in the ring. A picture-perfect corkscrew moonsault to seal the win to retain her title, but to defeat Nikki Bella. Words made, one thing clear: her story isn't over. If you guys want to know or want to comment more about this and want to talk about this, leave a comment in the bottom and I will answer it the best I can. We're on to the next story. Let's do WWE. We got 2 stories after this, you guys, so Rey Mysterio and other WWE superstars receive key to the city of San Diego. Mayor Todd Gloria made a Survivor Series weekend in San Diego wasn't just another night of wrestling, it became a full-on civic celebration. Ahead of Survivor Series War Games, the mayor took to Instagram to share photos and videos of the special ceremony held at Petco Park. He was where he honored 3 WWE of the proudest San Diego-born superstars, Rey Mysterio, Nia Jax, and Dominic Mysterio. Each of them provided the key to the city, San Diego's highest honor. It's a historic night in San Diego. For the first time, WWE Survivor Series War Games landed in an outdoor MLB stadium right here at Petco Park. To mark this incredible momentum, I proclaim today's WWE Survivor Series Day in the city of San Diego, California. The mayor proclaimed underscored the city's pride in its wrestling legends, raising stars. He didn't hold back on his praise either. We honor the hometown performers who put the 619 on the map. Rey Mysterio, a living legend of Lucha Libre. Nia Jax, the irresistible force of San Diego pride. Dominic Mysterio, the future of San Diego dynasty. Gloria closed with a message to the world standing. San Diego is the city of champions, and tonight the world got to witness it. Well, the city celebration, its champions, WWE had plenty of drama aside of the ring. Dominic Mysterio stunned the fans by defeating John Cena to become 2-time WWE Intercontinental Champion, thanks to the part of the shocking return of Liv Morgan, who interfered on his behalf. On the flip side, Nia Jax didn't fare as well. She was part of the losing team of the women's War Games match, where AJ Lee tapped out Becky Lynch to seal the victory for her squad. The several honors, jaw-dropping in-ring moment. Survivor Series War Games wasn't just a historic, but it was unforgettable. Let's see if we can do some pictures. That's Rey Mysterio. This is Rey Mysterio receiving the key to the city. Give him a big hug. It's Nia Jax receiving the key to the city. And Dominic Mysterio receiving the key to the city. They gave him a belt. So what do you guys think of it? I'm good. What do you guys think about Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, and Nia Jax getting the key to the city? Leave your comments down below, and we're on to the next. Topic. We got this topic and one more, and I'm gonna close out the show. Ric Flair backtracks after saying street drugs killed Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace to the legend. Ric Flair just issued an update after his early comments about Hulk Hogan's that set off a firestorm across the wrestling world. Flair originally claimed on Double Three Coverage podcast that Hogan turned to the street drugs after doctors refused to prescribe more pain medications. However, medications. Hours later, Flair shifted tone on Twitter, saying his remarks were being taken the wrong way. In his new statement, Flair insists he was simply represented what he had been told by people close to him, not trying to attack Hogan's legacy or push the narrative. And I quote, this is what Flair said. There seems to be some controversy over my remarks that street drugs killed Hulk Hogan. I only was repeating what I was only repeating what I know to be a fact, though family members. Flair doubled down how severe Hulk Hogan's physical condition reportedly was the final years of the chronic pain for the former WWE champion had endured. He used to context and empathize why he believed Hulk Hogan may have turned to ultimate sources for relief. After 11 back surgeries, hip replacements, knee replacements, shoulder replacements, and have 2 neck surgeries, I am sure the pain was unbearable, Flair says. He then addressed why Hogan may have reached a breaking point, pointing out that medication limitations on prescriptions have patients on desperate situations. Flair goes on to say, a doctor, as I know, can only prescribe so much pain meds. Under the medical guidelines, I've been told that all they did was to help him, not to hurt him. Eventually, that catches up with you, as we know with everybody. Flair follows up by clarifying that he never meant to damage Hogan's reputation and that his early comments came from a place of respect and a personal connection. He ended saying the update with a nod to their decades-long friendship. Flair goes on to say, he was my friend, a man I respected, and I'm only reporting what I've been told. Nothing more, nothing less. Excuse me. This was not an attempt to demean Hulk Hogan or his legacy. I have always referred to him as one of the two biggest stars in the industry, himself and Steve Austin. I apologize to the people that misunderstood my statement. Hulkamania forever. Flair attempted to clarify his remarks, would likely spark even more debate whether his explanation claims backlash or feels next question remains to be seen, especially as Hogan's family has not responded publicly. And this is Flair's this is Flair's Instagram. His Twitter. There seems to be some controversy. Yeah, what I read earlier. How do you feel about Ric Flair's update? Do you think he cleared up things, or do you think the situation get more even confusing? Drop your thoughts below. Now, my friends, I'm trying to decide if we're going to do one more or we're going to go on to the finale. We will do one more. We will do AEW, then we'll do the finale. AEW star Thunder Rosa splits from her husband after 14 years together. Thunder Rosa is going through a major life transition, and this one has nothing to do with championships or rivalries. The AEW star has officially confirmed that she and her husband, Brian, I don't know, his last name is Cervantes, have separated after over a decade together. The couple married, and they were partners in both life, business, and with Cervantes played a key role behind the scenes of the mission of pro wrestling. Now they both decided to go their separate ways. Rosa shared the personal update directly with her fans, making it clear the split wasn't messy, just necessary. And Thunder Rosa, and this is what she has to say, and I quote, after 14 years together, Brian Cervantes and I have decided to go our separate ways in a friendly and respectful manner. Relationships sometimes change shape, but the care and respect remain. She also opened up about the family they built together, including their role Ryzen Cervantes' son, whom she embraces as her own. She also said, I had the privilege of raising and adopting his son as my own, a gift I will always carry in my heart. Rosa ends her statement with a nod to the support she received during the early years of her wrestling journey and simple request as privacy as she enters into a new phase. She says, I am grateful for the support I received at the beginning of my career. and I kindly ask for respect and understanding during this time of transition. Thank you for always standing by me. Thunder Rosa has never shied away from fighting thoughts, adversity, whether it's in the ring or behind the scenes. This chapter may be closed, but don't expect her to slow down. If anything, she's shifting her focus and keeping it real her way. And this is her statement right here. If you guys want to pause and read it. Now we're on to the main event. Let's find something good. Here's our main event, you guys. WWE plans a main event for WrestleMania 42 has been revealed. Survivor Series War Game may have Survivor Series War Games may have closed out for 2025 with chaos, but it also quietly set the stage for two massive Men's World Championship matches at WrestleMania 42. An update on Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer confirmed that WWE's current plan is for Cody Rhodes to versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Championship and CM Punk to versus Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight Championship on the grandest stage of them all. Keeping in mind, you guys, Braun Breaker is the future of the company. Dominic Mysterio is the future of the company. Logan Paul is the future of the company. Big Bronson Reed is the future of the company. There's other people that are the futures of the company. So just keep that in mind when it comes to championship matches, because WWE may want to put the championship on these future guys and make them lose the titles despite what you think is a person. There's two ways to look at this. You have to look at it as a wrestling analyst, which I look at it more that way than I do as a fan. But even though you have your likes and your dislikes for superstars, you have to look at it like this. WWE is going to do what they want to do regardless. And if the future of the company is for them to do it, to put it on these future guys, then they're going to. In the grandest stage of them all at Las Vegas, Nevada, Punk gained the pin. That Punk getting pinned after that finish was there to tell a story. Like I said the other day, this is Dave Meltzer saying this. Punk getting pinned that was finished was to tell the story. Like I said the other day, the whole thing when we come off this match, the idea is supposed to know WrestleMania, which is Cody versus Roman, Punk versus Breaker, our championship matches. Meltzer, co-host of Brian Alvarez, questioned WWE's choice to run with Reigns versus Rhodes or for a third time in WrestleMania, but Meltzer confirmed that's the plan as of today. So yeah. The Survivor Series main event saw Braun Breaker pin CM Punk following a sneak attack by a mystery masked man, giving the heel team the win. After the match, Roman Reigns helped Punk to his feet, but the attention came when Cody Rhodes and Reigns looked eye to eye in the heated stare down as the show faded to black. So now it's clear the mystery attacker on Punk's wasn't random. It was calculated, and WWE is heading into 2026 with two massive feuds already locked in. do you think WrestleMania 42 double main event, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 3 and CM Punk versus Braun Breaker is the right call? Is WWE leaning too hard on the rematches? Or are these stories far from the finish? Sound off in your comment. Let me know what you think. And we will see you in the next one. So, so my thing is, I won't know anything. I won't be able to give updates or anything for. There's certain people that don't have. There's certain people that don't have the luxury of being able to watch Monday Night Raw. There's certain people that don't have the luxury of watching SmackDown, watching pay-per-views, doing this and doing that. People don't have those luxuries, so we'll just have to find out tonight on Monday Night Raw as you guys tune back in. But go like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, set it to all so you know when I go live and you don't miss any content. And this has been a great one. Peace.
The crown lies broken on the ground tonight. A ghostly whisper fills the cold moonlight. Once proud halls now echo with despair. The throne sits empty, no king sits there. Mountains crumble where heroes once stood.